Welcome to the Italian Wine Podcast. This episode has been brought to you by the Wine to Wine Business Forum 2022. This year will mark the 9th edition of the forum, to be held on November 7th and 8th of 2022 in Verona, Italy. This year will be an exclusively in-person edition. The main theme of the event will be all-round wine communication. Tickets are on sale now, so for more information, please visit us at winetowine.net.
Welcome to Wine, Food and Travel with me, Marc Millon, on Italian Wine Podcast. Listen in as we journey to some of Italy's most beautiful places in the company of those who know them best, the families who grow grapes and make fabulous wines. Through their stories, we will learn not just about their wines, but also about their ways of life, the local and regional foods and specialities that pair naturally with their wines, and the most beautiful places to visit. We have a wonderful journey of discovery ahead of us, and I hope you will join me. Welcome to Wine, Food and Travel with me, Marc Millon, on Italian Wine Podcast. My guest today is a well-known and much-loved Italian broadcaster, Tinto Prudente. Tinto is a presenter on both radio and television programs and is passionate about the food, wine, traditions, and culture of Italy. Originally from the province of Brindisi in Puglia, Tinto is joining me this morning from Rome. Thanks for being my guest today, Tinto. How are you?
Hi everybody. Yes, my name is Tinto. It's a nickname, Tinto, because my name is Nicola Prudente. I am in Rome at home. In my job, I am a TV presenter, radio and TV.
And you've done a lot of programs that relate to food and wine. Is that right? Tell us a little bit about some of the work you do.
Yeah, I love food and wine, Italian food and wine, and I am TV presenter for talking about the Italian and food wine. In the radio, the program is called Decanter. It's like the newspaper Decanter, but is a radio program in the second channel of public radio, Italian radio.
Is that mainly wine? Is that a wine show?
No, it's a wine and food. Wine and food is called Decanter. This is the first program from 20 years. And in this program, I talk about Italian and food wine with the chef, with people, and this is on radio. And on TV, the last program is Camper.
Okay, so this is really interesting. How did you become, I know all Italians love food and wine, but how did you come into this profession? How did you make it your work? It sounds like a wonderful way of life.
I studied communication and marketing, but I live in Italy, and Italy is the perfect place for loving wine and food. So I was born in Puglia, in south of Italy, and the food there is wonderful. But I studied in Tuscany, and so other region of wonderful wines and cheese and food cuisine. So this mix of Puglia and Tuscany was perfect for my career.
Of course. And as a child, did you really love eating and drinking? Were your parents really passionate about food and?
Yeah. When I was a child, I didn't eat junk food, but only slow food.
Okay, great. Now tell us a little bit about your program, Camper. What channel is it on, and what do you and your co-presenter, Roberta Morise, get up to? Where do you travel in when you're going around Italy? Tell us about the show.
So, Camper is a TV program, was all the summer on RaiUno. It's the first channel of public television, Rai 1. And this program started before lunch. So every day from Monday to Friday.
When people are just getting really hungry.
Yeah, they very very hungry, and the program deals with tourism in Italy, food and beverage, trekking in the nature. So in Italy we have the mountains, Trentino, Alto Adige, Piemonte, and this program talks about also ancient town, very very full, is complete this program. The menu of this program was very from north to south, and the first program of tourism. I think it's impossible to talk of tourism without enogastronomic tourism.
Okay.
Because if you go in a small little ancient town, you can taste the wine, the cheese, and typical food.
So it's all embracing culture, history, nature, and of course, wonderful foods and wines.
Yeah. With me, a woman, Roberta Morise. She comes from Calabria, from south of Italy. She loves food, Italian wine. We are friends, and we enjoyed very, very much in this new and exciting adventure, because the campers, the first program talks about tourism and tourism and gastronomic tourism.
Wow, that's really wonderful. And that's so important. It's such an important enjoyment for anybody visiting Italy. Interesting, though, that your audience is primarily, I imagine, Italians who want to discover their own country.
Yeah. The Italian target, the audience, families and tourism lovers. But this program camper is on RaiUno, and so in Italy, but also in Rai Italia, so all the world. So if you are an Italian and you live in New York, you can see this program on TV, Italian TV.
Okay, so that's really interesting that you're actually introducing Italy, the areas that people don't know, to Italians not just living in Italy but around the world. So for example, places that they wouldn't have otherwise been to, foods and wines they wouldn't have tasted. Italians generally love the foods and wines of their own area best. Is that right?
Yeah. I think it's impossible to do tourism in Italy without food and wine, Italian food and wine. With Camper, we have a show to our people more than 100 different places. For example, you can go to Montepulciano in Tuscany, and without drinking an excellent glass of Nobile di Montepulciano, is a red wine, and tasting local food like peachy con il ragù, typical fresh pasta with meat sauce. And I think I'm very, very lucky to live in Italy for food and wine.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us a few more examples. Do you visit every one of Italy's 20 regions?
Yeah. Not this summer, but my job. I love my job because I can go in every. I think I visited every region of Italy, from Valle d'Aosta in the north of Sicily in south, and every region of Italy is wonderful. You can discover seaside, mountains, snow, sea. So I think it's the best place in the world for wine and food.
Yes, I think I agree with you. Now, do you have a favorite region? I know that you're trying to give a good representation of all of the country, but do you have a favorite region, and if so, why?
I think my favorite region is Tuscany, because you can stay in the nature and in silence, without talking, and simply see and contemplate, and discover the nature.
What about the foods of Tuscany then? What would you mention the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano with the peachy, those handmade fat noodles? What about some of the other dishes of Tuscany that you particularly think are classic, iconic dishes?
Pecorino.
Oh, yes.
Pecorino Toscano is a cheese, and Tuscany cheese. And with the Nobile di Montepulciano is a red wine, is perfect. And I love Finocchiona. Finocchiona is from a prosciutto, but with
the fennel, the finocchi.
Yeah, with finocchi.
Yeah.
With the fennel, and is wonderful.
Oh, I love that too. It's quite crumbly, isn't it?
Yeah. It's called Finocchiona.
Wonderful. And what wine would you like with that?
Yeah, Nobile di Montepulciano is a good wine because it's not like a Brunello di Montalcino, so expensive, but is for everybody. A glass of Nobile of Montepulciano is for everybody. I love this kind of wine because it's like a fashion. It's very, very easy to drink well if you have 100 euro, no? But if you have 10 euros, is perfect.
Are you enjoying this podcast? There is so much more high-quality wine content available from Mama Jumbo Shrimp. Check out our new wine study maps or books on Italian wine, including Italian Wine Unplugged, and much, much more. Just visit our website, mamajumboshrimp.com. Now, back to the show.
Yeah, that's important too, that food and wine in Italy is at all levels, from simple things that are really delicious, simple wines, simple food, to more elevated foods. Do you think that the younger Italians today are as interested in food and wine as an older generation? Who is your main audience? And are younger people going to keep these excitement and traditions going?
I think the tradition in Italy is very, very important, are the base of our country. The family in Italy is very, very important, and Italy has a very strong family concept for traditional food and cuisine. For this reason, Italians learn to cook from their parents or grandparents. My mom is a wonderful chef. And I think for this reason, Italian traditions are not going to disappear.
Sure. Yeah. It is indeed a real richness and this regionality of the food as well. But it's also more difficult now with younger people when both couples are working to keep those cooking traditions going. Do you think that people will continue to learn from the cucina della nonna, for example, the cooking of the grandmothers?
I think COVID, the lockdown, gave us more time to cook at home. So also smart working, when you work at home and you are talking like now with a computer, you can go in kitchen and taste cheese and also, no? And or red wine, you can work and taste at the same time. You work better.
Yeah, I think that's true.
And smart working allows people to have more to spend in kitchen. I think the time today is different. It's not like in the past where your grandmother was spending most of time cooking for all family and preparing long time and consuming fresh pasta every day. My grandmother every day prepared pasta, ragu, the first, the second, the dessert every day, wine every day, lunch and dinner. I think today is there is a good balance from the past and after COVID is more slow food, slow think of and way of life.
That's really interesting, and that's interesting as well to think that something good has come from COVID. It's made us think about what's important, and obviously food and wine is very important. It's a pleasure.
The importance of time. The time is very, very important. I think we understand this. The time is very, very important, and the time you can spend is time in at home cooking and drinking and.
Do you like to cook yourself?
Yeah. I can cook in Roman cuisine like carbonara, amatriciana,
The classics, yeah.
cacio e pepe, traditional dishes of classic food and Roman cuisines.
I read an interesting thing in the paper just this morning. It was that Gambero Rosso has given an award for the best street food in Italy, I think, to a kebab shop in Bologna, which is really interesting. I was in Bologna last week, and the food is so traditional, and there you would maybe have a piadina with salumi, but this kebab shop was started by a Palestinian refugee, and it's given an award as the best street food. Do you think that Italians are becoming more open-minded to new flavors, to cuisines from other countries?
I think the richness of Italy is a tradition, so you can mix the past, the present, and the future. But for us, piadina is piadina, and kebab is like piadina, but is not piadina. Or, for example, last week I was in Sicily, in San Vito Lo Capo, for couscous championship, and couscous is typical of Morocco, of Africa, for example, but also in Sicily. So this is a Sicilian couscous. So I think the Italy, the part of tradition in Italy is very, very important. We are open-minded, but with an accent of Italian.
Of course, yes. And actually, that tradition of couscous goes back to the Arabs in Sicily, doesn't it? Was that a couscous di pesce in the competition?
Both sea and meat. Yeah, pesce carne.
Oh, good.
With vegetable, but the flavor is a Sicilian flavor. You can taste Sicily with couscous. So I think the good of Italy is this mix. But for us, lasagne is lasagne. It's not this lasagne with an English accent. No.
Yeah, absolutely. And a dish like you mentioned, carbonara, for example, that has to be made the right way, doesn't it? You can't just be done in any old way.
For example, I hate the new carbonara when the chef proposed carbonara, the new version. So with carbonara without eggs, I think, I don't understand. Carbonara is with eggs.
Yeah, of course. Now, you mentioned an interesting thing, how COVID has changed, made us appreciate slower life. What about wine drinking? Do you think that's affected wine drinking? Are people perhaps thinking to drink more intelligently, better wines, maybe a little bit less, but better?
I think people today love quality and love local wines. People love drinking their local wines. Red wine, white wine, sparkling wine. In Italy, we have many wine regions and many kinds of great wines compared to France, for example. In France, you have less wines, in Italy more wines, but this is the richness of Italy.
Yes, and all of those local grape varieties that you only find in a particular, not even region, in a particular comune even.
Yeah. And I think today we have more culture of wine in Italy, thanks to TV, thanks to web, social network, thanks to the books, the events. For example, I think Vinitaly is the most important event of wine in Italy, and is important Vinitaly like a business meeting, but Vinitaly like a party you can meet people, and so Vinitaly off is important like Vinitaly in Fiera Verona.
Yes, you're right. It's a party that the whole country is invited to because you have wine producers from everywhere in Italy. That's what I always find so interesting about Vinitaly. What about younger people? Are they drinking wine? Are they going to understand and appreciate wines more?
But I think young people love wine. It's not like their grandfather, for example. Young people love cocktail, for example. I don't like cocktail. I prefer wine, especially during dinner or lunch. I love wine or beer, but I don't love this new flair. Do you know flair? No, so you can taste a gin tonic pairing with carbonara. No, for me during dinner I love wine. It's like more equilibrio. No,
Yeah, more balance. Yes.
yeah, more balance because is too much. The cocktail for me is too much. No, the attention is more and more in the glass. With wine is very balanced.
Yes, and I guess in your travels, it's always the local wines that go best with the local foods, rather than trying to find imaginative pairings of wines from anywhere in the world to go. It's the local wines.
Yeah. With local wine, I think when young people ask me which kind of wine can I taste here, I say no problem. If you taste and if you choose a local wine, you are in a perfect situation.
Absolutely.
So if you are in Modena, and you can order at sommelier Lambrusco, you are perfect situation because the pairing is a regional pairing.
It goes with these richer foods, a salumi, all of those wonderful things, a tortellini.
Yeah. You. It's not a mistake.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now, my final question, I'm just going to ask you, if you had one last meal that you wanted to eat, l'ultima cena, and wine to have with that, what would you choose?
I think the Italian dish, the like a flag, Italian flag, no? Spaghetti with tomato and basil is like Italian flag for the color. Red, the tomato. Green is basil, and white is the color of pasta. So I think is a perfect. It's a simple and at the same time difficult recipe.
Wonderful. Yes. And sometimes the simplest is the hardest to get perfect.
Yeah. I think the spaghetti, tomato, and basil is the happiness.
Yes. Wonderful.
You are rich with 5 and 6 euros.
Yes. Brilliant. Tinto, it's been a real pleasure talking with you this morning. We look forward to trying to find Camper on TV myself to follow you around Italy. It's an exciting journey you're taking people on, and I look forward to following that and perhaps to meeting one day.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Grazie e arrivederci.
Thank you very much. Prosit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode brought to you by the Wine to Wine Business Forum 2022. This year will mark the 9th edition of the forum, to be held on November 7th and 8th, 2022, in Verona, Italy. Remember, tickets are on sale now, so for more information, please visit us at winetowine.net. guys, I'm Joy Livingston, and I am the producer of the Italian Wine Podcast. Thank you for listening. We are the only wine podcast that has been doing a daily show since the pandemic began. This is a labor of love, and we are committed to bringing you free content every day. Of course, this takes time and effort, not to mention the cost of equipment, production, and editing. We would be grateful for your donations, suggestions, requests, and ideas. For more information on how to get in touch, go to ItalianWinePodcast.com.